Welcome, one and all, to yet another fantastic stream of Final Fantasy XIV. I was originally going to have this stream be at 3, I'm sorry, let me start over. Oh god, 2. I was originally going to have this stream be at 6 p.m. Then I said, I'm not going to make that. I need to delay it till 8 p.m. Then my whole schedule kind of flipped on itself, and now I'm starting to stream now at about, well, it's not clean hour or anything, but, 3:40, 3:45-ish. Most of that's stemming from the fact that my schedule has completely gone ass up? Whatever the phrase is, in the last, literally, like, I don't want to say 20 minutes, but like, I don't know, an hour. Completely reshuffled everything around. So, yeah, we're gonna do some dumb stuff. I'm gonna level Black Mage because I got Red Mage to 80. I didn't stream that because I didn't really want to stream, what was it, a day ago when I got it? 2 days ago, I think? Something like that. It wasn't yesterday, but it also wasn't, it was like 2 days ago, I think. Which is nice. At least I get to do the Expert Roulette as something other than Machinist. And, it's really the casualty of all the tank changes and Shadowbringers is I don't really want to tank Expert unless I'm really, like, in a mood to tank Expert. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta be feeling it to want to do it. Because otherwise, it's just me spinning. Maybe I do a big pull. I gotta monitor cooldowns. And after that, it's just up to me not falling asleep while pressing, like, 3, maybe 4 buttons. And, hitting mitigations as they come off CD. It's not exactly as fun as, the crazy shit that, like, you get to do on Machinist. Yeah, I make mistakes on Machinist, but it's fun. It's something different. It's something beyond the norm, beyond the usual. So yeah, I like doing that better. Might as well get off CJ walking in the distance and go back to what we actually have. Let me enable some of this. Okay, that's totally not going to be enabled. But yeah, that's basically why I do not tank that often anymore, because I just find it's good because you can play any tank in a dungeon. I don't feel like you miss anything because tank stance is an off global cooldown swap, and moreover, it doesn't affect your rotation. It doesn't do anything new anymore. But by that same token, I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. Right before, I would always play Warrior to get in quicker unless I was feeling weird and wanted to, like, DPS for a day or two. Now it's the opposite. I always DPS, and maybe one day if I feel weird, I'll tank it. But, yeah, I actually like Black Mage. Despair is my new favorite ability in this game. Just for the name. Just for the memes. I actually took the time to make an Alphino Photoshop, because somebody on Reddit posted a meme rendition of Alphino presenting his painting to China's or whatever that other guy was from the actual story. If I can find where I put OBS, so I know how weird that sounds. Let me move this over there, put the DPS on top. Could probably almost minimize that, but I can close this. Oh shit, I had some webms in that I didn't save that I thought would be good sound clips. Oh well. I can close Vegas. I did finish rendering that Pokemon Ruby. It's miserable. Basically what I did is I chopped out the major events. And yeah, let's just pray that it never happens again. But I always say this whenever I lose footage on a playthrough. It literally took me back to 2014, believe it or not, how long ago that was, when I was playing Watch Dogs. And I had a great session, probably my best session on that game, and the fucking Elgato capture didn't record anything. And I had pushed the button, like there was a file, it just didn't save and didn't stick anything afterwards. And it was heartbreaking. I had a complete YouTube existential crisis. I was like, this is the playthrough I've been waiting for forever. So much cool stuff happened, and there was no record of it ever again. And it was heartbreaking. I was really sad, because I was like, this is one of my favorite playthroughs I've ever done. It was a game I was looking forward to so much. And for all the shit that people give Watch Dogs, and specifically Watch Dogs 1, I really like the game. I thought it was like the first real next-gen game. Of course, now next-gen is an outdated title. Well, it's shifted to mean, you know, whatever's coming next year in 2020. But, I was really sad. This time around, I didn't have that much of an existential crisis. I just felt bad that, like, my Emerald playthrough stopped. And then this playthrough also stopped. Now, back then I wasn't as good of an editor, and not that I'm really that great of an editor, but I was at least willing to try to make things work this time around. So I said, you know what? It's like a 2-hour recording session. Let me cut out all the unnecessary bullshit and grinding, and just, or, you know, whatever, the in-between sections. Some of it's grinding, some of it's just traveling, generic trainer battles that, you know, don't really matter. Let me just put in the actual story. And I think I got, like, all the important moments. It's basically me up to the 4th gem. So, it was supposed to go up this morning, but then I went to lay down, and I basically fell asleep, so that totally didn't happen. So that's also kind of why I'm streaming early today, because I want to stream super early so I can be done and record tonight. Like, that's my goal, is to record anything tonight. And I've been bad about it. This has been another bad month for me. Like, July, I've had a bad year, honestly. After E3, I've kind of just been taken off, you know, like, I haven't been up to it. And that's pretty bad, because I want to go back to making stuff. But then I think about how much stuff I have yet to make. And instead of just, you know, knuckling down like I used to and just saying, listen, it's a lot of stuff, but if I sit here and don't record, I'll never finish that lot of stuff, and it'll just grow to be more lot of stuff. Also, I want to move stuff around my room, which means I gotta unplug my PC and wire everything. And, I mean, like, that's not, like, an awful thing. It's not like it's the worst thing to ever happen to me. But it is one of those things, it's like, well, now I gotta do a whole bunch of this. And I mean, ultimately, I think, like, as I always do, I always think I'll be better off for it. Like, a few months ago, or actually, it's been over a year since I did it. A year ago, I was in a completely different place in my life. And I was, how do I say it? It's not nothing terrible happened, but, well, it depends how you look at it. But I wasn't, like, homeless or anything. But I was definitely in a different place. And where I was in that place was I moved to another room, because I kind of wanted to get out of this one. And in that other room, it's a bit bigger, but not really. But I had a little bit more free space. I arranged the desks the way I wanted them to be, and I was kind of like, you know, this isn't too bad. This is pretty good. So I was in there for a little bit, and you might remember that around that time I was doing a lot of different things around that time, but specifically that was right around like all of the end of 2018 playthroughs were done there. So like, I'm trying to, let me look, because YouTube is forcing us to transfer over to the really shitty studio design. I like it for the analytics. I don't like it for anything else. Alright, but it's going to take a minute here to even pull it up, which is excellent. Okay, so if I scroll down, what playthroughs did I do earlier this year? Oh, I haven't done shit this year. Yoshi Crafted World I never finished, and that's hilarious because I basically haven't played my Switch in months, besides one Mario Kart stint. Kingdom Hearts 3 was a playthrough I did. I actually really like Kingdom Hearts 3. I know it's not, like, a lot of people are very divided on it. Like, generally people say it's a good game. I actually did like it. I could totally get into that, but not right now since I'm talking about something else. Actually, can I pull up Kingdom Hearts 3? What did it get on Metacritic? Just curious. It's on Google on the front page, like a 9 probably. I feel like it's like a 9. Yeah, like an 8, an 8.3. Some places gave it a 9. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good game. I think but anyway, to get back to what I was saying. I started Tales of Vesperia, and it was my whole intent this summer to go back to Tales of Vesperia and Yoshi. And Yoshi, I feel like, is a game I could beat in like 2 to 3 sessions. Like it's a platformer game, and that's not to say that platformer games are inherently like easy or short. It's just that they're meant for a younger audience, which means they're not as complex in what they want to do. So because of that, you can kind of do more with them. I also got some other games because I was inspired by Toonami, because Toonami always rekindles my love for things I played or things I liked as a kid, because I've been watching Toonami since I was a kid. And I actually got all 3 Dynasty Warriors Gundam games. Now, there's actually a 4th one, so I guess saying all 3 is not true. But I got 3 of them out of the 4, because the 4th one is digital only, doesn't have a dub apparently, and is only on PlayStation. I got the 3 for Xbox. Now, I gotta make sure I have an Xbox controller that works, because honestly, that would be something to consider with an Xbox One. Because I do have an Xbox One controller, but I also do want a wired Xbox controller. And I think that's the one thing I hate the most, is that, like, I really need these, like, I need wired controllers. I don't really like swapping batteries. And I really hate playing Final Fantasy on a wireless controller. But, not that it's bad, it's just sometimes it fucks up. It could just be, you know, any variety of things that aren't including controller faults. But yeah. I was supposed to play DMC5. I will still do it someday, I just never did it. Resident Evil 2 was pretty much the big one, and then I played Dream Drop Distance, which I actually thought was a pretty fun playthrough, because I played it a little bit, and it was fun playing like an old school style Kingdom Hearts game. A little bit. That game is honestly like the biggest weird mix of all the different Kingdom Hearts games, because it kind of looks like Kingdom Hearts 1. It has story elements. Well, let's bring that back. I don't know how loud that is. You know what? What is it at? 30? Let's drop it to 25. And a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, like Spyro Reignited, Let's Go, Darksiders 3, oh, just kill me instead. Torna, was Torna in that room? Yeah, Torna must have been, I guess. Now that I think about it, that's pretty nuts. I never thought about it like that. Oh yeah, that's right, I can't get on Little Hearts. I actually don't know what the Black Mage AoE rotation is for level 80. Because I talked to one Black Mage, and I got a completely different story from another. I probably should stop the music, shouldn't I? Yeah, I will after this poll. Actually, there's ads that spawn. Can I aerially manipulate? Not at this level. Nope. At least I have Astral 3. That's honestly the worst thing about playing Black Mage sometimes, is you don't have, like, what I consider to be, like, necessary skills. I kind of wish that for Black Mage, Blizzard 3 upgraded off of Blizzard 1. I know that wouldn't mirror what happens when you play Astral Fire, because you kind of need Fire 1. Unless they wanted to dummy the rotation down so much that you just literally press 2 buttons in your fire phase and then end on despair. But I just feel like Blizzard 1 just flat out never gets used. You're either using Blizzard 3 or Freeze. You know, you never... There's nothing else to use. It doesn't matter if I dropped it at this level. Where's iTunes? Okay. And I do have the window open. I guess I'll close it. I had it open because today's actually a pretty cool day, so I don't need air conditioning. But if I close the window, I probably will. So maybe I wonder if I can get away with it. Can I leave it open? We get massive amounts of sirens in the next 3 minutes that are totally going to make me regret everything I've ever done. All the mistakes in my life leading up to... I didn't finish it. Okay. All the mistakes in my life leading up to this exact point. I mean, maybe. I'm willing to see how it happens. Oh, great. Well, we're just going to kill everything. I'm not going to get to kill shit. Which, by the way, this guy is reminding me how much I like the, I almost said the Garlean armor. The Elemental armor. Straight out of an Amano sketchbook. Oh, there's more. Yeah, that's right. I always forget that about the stupid dungeon. Doesn't really seem like anything lives long enough either for me to really get a good amount of damage in on it. But yeah, do you use 2 fire 2s and then a flare and then another flare? Because you could technically do that. I don't know if adding that extra amount of GCDs is good or bad for you when you're playing a Black Mage at a high level. And not like a Savage level, at a high level. Like, for instance, I don't know, 80. Or not 80, because I'm not 80, I'm at 75. I guess I should look it up, shouldn't I? I actually have a Black Mage guide. I had it open. I don't know if I still have it open. I'm just curious, because it seems like if you freeze 3 times, right? Like, so let's say that you freeze once. That puts you in Umbral Ice. You thunder, or you freeze a second time, depending on server ticks. And then you thunder again if you didn't thunder first. Technically speaking, wouldn't that be advantageous because you're able to get off... Oops, I'm sorry. You're able to get off 2 fire 2s for the cost of 2 extra GCs. I don't know if there's like some amount of people that makes it decent or what. Oh, excellent. Thank you. I wonder when we're going to get Thunder 5 and Thunder 6. Yeah, I think I'm relearning Black Mage pretty decently. Because I changed my whole toolbar when Shadowbringers came out. Is there no fire starter perk at this level? I guess not. It must be like 40. Or no, maybe it's even higher. Yep, there you go. Let me, I want to see if I could find it. I know I'm never going to get to type it fast enough. Yeah, I've been doing my main scenario every day, and, it's actually pretty helpful. I find it cozy. I usually do it super early in the morning, like 3 or 4. Which is kind of bad. Because, admittedly speaking, doing it at 3 or 4 in the morning means that as a DPS my queue is over 30 minutes. But usually it's the only thing I do it last, and I basically log off for the evening. I don't do anything else. Or, well, I guess, is it even really evening at that point? Maybe. But yeah, I love the change that they made to freeze. I can't even believe that this move is seeing any usage, like, ever. The only move I still don't know about is Thunder. Or not Thunder, I'm sorry, Sleep. I figured Sleep was another move that's getting removed, but Black Mage is the only class that didn't lose anything. The only thing that happened is Convert got changed, and I think a few of their traits got switched around. But every move that was on this class is still on this class. It's not like only some moves made it back. Let's see. Okay, at least I was able to type it. Because Black Mage changes so much over the course of just playing it. Like, now with Despair, it's kind of like every fire combo ends on a flare, basically. I don't know if that was the joke that they went for or what, but it kind of works out that it rhymes, and they named it such a existentially dreadful. They gave it such an existentially dreadful name. Like, it just feels weird, but I love it because it gave me great stream art, and I can't complain. It's pretty sweet. Oh no Aether manipulation. But yeah, I mean, since Fire 2 basically becomes near worthless when Flare shows up, I was just kind of considering it. It's like, well, hey, at least I get to use the move, maybe. Oh, shit. That's fine. Thankfully, you never really seem to fuck yourself too badly this time around. I like that they merged Mana Ward and Mana Wall. I actually think I'm gonna have fun leveling Ninja. Because, Ninja has, Shade Shift now works against any damage. It doesn't just work only against physical. Oops. So that actually makes it pretty fun, in my opinion. And that's pretty nice, because I do like Shade Shift. I like Ninja. I never really cared too much for Final Fantasy Ninjas, but I actually do like it. I think it's a pretty interesting class. Like, there's no classes I particularly hate besides healing. I think healing got nerfed too hard on the DPS end. But other than that, like, there's lots of interesting stuff I do actually kind of like now. I pretty much like the classes I knew I was going to like, and the classes that I don't like, I'm tolerant of. I mean, I'm indifferent. I don't really care. Like, I know I'm never going to play Bard once I get it to 80, so no point in even caring about that. I don't like Bard. I don't think it's fun. Trying to think. Dragoon, I mean, Bard is probably my lowest at this point. Summoner is probably right around there. I don't like Summoner anymore. And besides that, I'm trying to think about it. Like, what other classes do I really like, you know? Like, the melee are all kind of in the same boat. I don't know what my main melee class is going to be, because I kind of like and dislike them all equally. So, like, I like Monk. I always like Monk. I thought Monk was really cool. I didn't think it had the coolest looking armor or anything. I just thought the idea of being on, like, a situational move selection at any given point was a pretty interesting idea. Ninja's cool because, I mean, it's Ninja. Like, everybody likes the way it looks. It's not even for Trick Attack. I just like the way it looks. In fact, I actually hate Trick Attack. I hate having to position for it, knowing how important it is. And, I mean, obviously, in randoms, you know, nobody cares, but I feel bad, like, if I don't hit my Trick Attack, because, like, I could see myself being annoyed at a Ninja and Savage. And, I mean, yeah, there's a difference between Savage and, you know, whatever, but I'd still feel bad. It's like, well, shit, you know, I missed the one move on this class that you shouldn't miss. Now, True North has a 45-second accuracy, or cooldown, but, you know, I don't like having to, it feels like too much to plan ahead of time. I don't really like classes where I have to plan ahead of time and, like, adapt how I roll into my main meat. I guess that explains why I really don't play Paladin too well. I actually think Paladin is my worst tank, because I played a little bit of Warrior. And I actually like... It's so fucking stupid. I actually like Warrior now. I don't like the Shake It Off changes. Like, granted, it's a bit of a buff, but I miss the ability to buffer Raw Intuition to throw on Shake It Off. I also kind of miss Inner Beast. I get that it kind of lives on in the new version of Raw Intuition, but I miss that, like, sense of security, you know? It was like shifting, and, you know, it was like manually shifting gears on a car. And obviously I could never drive a car manual, but I can pretend for 5 minutes that I do, know what it's like. And I kind of miss that feeling. It was like a mentally good thing, you know, it's like, alright, time to shift stance, my moves change, I'm in the zone. And I also like the HP modulation, and Thriller Battle is not the same. But yeah, I mean, I like Gunbreaker. I can probably play Dark Knight. I mean, it's not exactly hard. I think the hardest thing is plotting out your Living Shadow usage. Especially since now you're not really worrying about MP that much because all the MP costs are standardized and never change. Yeah, it's not anymore like trying to do mental math to figure out if you have enough to Dark Arts, and will you be able to Blackest Night this upcoming, cooldown. We don't have that anymore. We just have, and I'm not saying that, like, that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a very different class to play when you're not worried about management. And honestly, now that I've played a lot of the other classes, Dark Knight doesn't exactly have a ridiculous... Like, all the gauges and stuff you have to look for isn't actually all that much when you really consider it. Like, ideally, you should never be really checking your dark side. Who cares how long Living Shadow is up? Blood, you just gotta make sure it doesn't get too full. That's like the most planning you have to do, and then, oh, do you have your Blackest Night version yet? I think that might be the worst thing, that Blackest Night doesn't pop unless the shield fully breaks. Even a portion of the blood would make that a little more fun, in my opinion, but whatever. But yeah, I like Gunbreaker. I mean, it's kind of like Paladin a bit, but I find it's more flexible. Like, you're not on such a tight-ass rotation, trying to juggle multiple offensive buffs. And I think that's really where a lot of the trouble I have with Paladin comes from, is I have to juggle multiple items at once. I have to make sure my fighter fleet is going off, and then I also have the Requiesce scout window open. And if I don't have that, okay, God, I was gonna get it. If I don't have that, like, I feel wrong, like, it doesn't feel right. And I think that might be the one thing I like about E2 this time around, is, unlike Midsummer, where the fight is just fucking beyond annoying, I actually like that, lady doesn't jump that much. I don't know what her name is. I think they said it in a live letter, I don't remember. I don't think you can build up. I don't think we're gonna get it. I'm just gonna help it. Or she'll do it. That works too. See, now this is kind of an impossible situation. What the hell's back here? Because this thing's... Yeah, I fucking hate that. Because, like, you can go... I mean, I guess I could have run in, but whatever. I don't really care that much. Penance? That's a nice name for a build. Yeah, I want to play these Dynasty Warriors games, but I need to be able to access my Xbox, and that's part of the reason why I'm moving everything around, is because I want to be able to have easy access to the consoles I want to play, and not have to worry about, oh, can I get it? What's going on? It's like it's under a desk super far away. Like, that wasn't exactly a great idea. And that's part of the reason why I'm moving stuff. But I got a lot of stuff to move first. Because I got a lot of stuff in my room. I got a lot of posters. That are rolled up, which are probably never going back up, honestly. I got some spare consoles. I have a spare PS3, two spare 360s. I actually don't know where the other one is, which I should probably look for, to be honest, because that's my original 360. And, yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. I want to test them, though, and see how that all goes. Because the 360, I think I own the most amount of games for the 360. It's got to be a close to... No, I think it is the 360. I think I own the most amount of games for it. So, I don't know how the backwards compatibility works on Xbox One, but it would be cool if they eventually made like a full-on Microsoft console that has full backwards compatibility. Because I would like to play a lot of these games. Like, just looking back, it's like there's so much history in my Xbox library, and I just play none of these games now. It's just a museum piece, which isn't awful. I mean, I don't mind having a museum piece because I like my games. What can I say? Given how many games I played on the channel, and even then, that's still just a portion of the games that I have ever played. Just a modicum of Rust. Okay. Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. But besides that, not really up to too much lately. I got a lot of playthroughs planned. I'm going to start one tomorrow, which means I'd like to... I'm not going to finish Pokemon tonight, because I actually have to do something tomorrow as well. And I got to do something on Sunday as well. But I would like to... I'm trying to juggle being productive and cleaning my room, which I know I sound like I'm 14 again. Holy shit. Damn, that was so long ago, you have no idea. But it hurts sometimes remembering how long ago that was. I was a kid once. I can't believe it. I still remember it, large part because of all these fucking games I got. I remember all the good memories and the times in my life I had on them. Like, I always bring up this story because it is one of the happiest stories of my childhood. Was Christmas 2003 was Mario Kart Double Dash. It was 2003. I'm like 90% certain. Right? Yeah, dude, GameCube for 2003 is the 4th installment in the Mario Kart. It's still my favorite Mario Kart game. And, it's the second best-selling GameCube game of all time, only behind Smash Brothers. What are the top GameCube sellers? I could take a guess at the top of my head, but I want to look on the list. Melee, Double Dash, Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion. Do I own Animal Crossing? Yes, I do. I never played it, though. Wind Waker is actually surprisingly high. Metroid Prime... Oh, big ups. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. This is on Wikipedia, by the way. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, Mario Party 4, Sonic Mega Collection, Mario Party 5, Star Fox Adventures, Mario Party 7, Pokemon Coliseum actually sold worse than Star Fox, damn. Hold on. Mario Party 6, Super Mario Strikers, Kirby, Resident Evil 4, that doesn't surprise me. Resident Evil 4 is an amazing game, which is why we keep releasing it on every console. Sonic Heroes, Kirby Air Ride, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, Bratz Rock Angels. That is the first game on this list that I do not own. It's a Bratz game? How did this sell so well? Are they... Oh, they might be counting sales across all platforms. Oh, okay. No, I've never heard of this game. I'm surprised that is Bratz even still relevant? Anyway, Resident Evil 1, the remake, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Sonic Adventure DX, Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Was Pikmin on here? Yeah, Pikmin is at the bottom, damn. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, Shrek 2, Pikmin, Star Fox Assault, and Clash of Ninja. I own every single game on this list besides Bratz Rock Angels. Every single one. It's so crazy. That's how much I love this console. Like, I really do. I love this fucking console. You have no idea. This console is my legitimate childhood. Like, I will never... Even when my GameCube breaks and does not boot and never works, I will not get rid of it. Because it is almost like a comrade to me. Because I had so many good memories on it as a kid. And now I kind of put in, like, you know, pseudo-retirement. Right now I'm using it for the Pokemon games because of the Game Boy Advance player and all that, and I might use it for a few other games in the future. But, like, I can't think of a console more iconic to my childhood. Like, yeah, I got the PlayStation first, and I played Spyro, but, like, what console did I play more time on and have more good memories with? Almost every game on this list, I own every single one but one, but almost every single game on this list I played the shit out of, except for, like, Animal Crossing. I think maybe I missed Mario Party or something here or there. Kirby Air Ride. Yeah, I didn't really play Kirby Air Ride. Or Soul Calibur 2. Do I own it? Actually, hold on. Of course I do. Here it is. Wow. I got a lot of GameCube games. It surprises me what I do and don't own. I need to make a list of all the games I own. Because it's ever expanding. Because I'm always, like, finding games I thought I didn't have. So I have, like, a Batman game. I have, like, 3 Batman games. And I have both Bat and Kaitos games as well. So fucking crazy. I know I'm rambling about a nostalgic console. I like that the Wii, basically most models had, like, perfect backwards compatibility, by the way. It was, like, basically perfect. Because the Wii is pretty much just a GameCube with motion control, which I can live with, and that's honestly what I should be using my Wii for, which, I'll move my setup. I gotta move a bookcase again, which is always my favorite part, but I digress. And, then we'll see what I do from there. But yeah, there's supposed to be component cables. Models before 2004... The nameplate on the top of the console with the words Nintendo GameCube can be removed. Oh, there's 2 models. All those features were removed in GameCube consoles produced between 2004 to 2007. Honestly, if I had more money back then, I should have, my GameCube, everyone had the purple as a kid. I actually have the black GameCube. And my model was like one of the original ones that came, I think we got at Costco. And it came with Smash. And I remember Smash was like my first real... What better way to get introduced to a whole bunch of Nintendo shit, honestly. But there's like a million characters in there I didn't know. Well, specifically, there's only 25 characters in the game. But like, the vast majority of the characters in those game, in that game, I didn't know who the hell they were. Because I didn't. And now everything has changed so much. I like all the subtle dolphin references, and just like almost every game on the GameCube, I love. Even Shadow the Hedgehog, yes, even that piece of shit. And I hope one day they make a GameCube Mini. I might be 40, I might be bald, I might be dead, but when they make it, I hope I get to play it. Well, if I'm dead, that kind of precludes that, but you know what I mean. And honestly, I like so many of those games are on my top list of games that it's not even funny. And I should really make a video series about my top favorite games. And I kind of did. I might put that on Schadenfreude, the other channel, which I had been neglecting since the Pokemon shit. I have ideas for videos I want to do it, but I'm late on all of them. But yeah, hopefully that didn't mess with my mic too much. Let's see. It's abbreviated as NGC in Japan and GCN in America. Oh, maybe they say yeah, I guess they say Nintendo GameCube. That's what I've always thought it was. I've seen it both ways, I guess I should say. What a time to grow up, like really. It came out November 18th. So when did I get it? Damn, I don't know. It's like, dude, I was in first grade. I would not remember this. First grade, so maybe like, was it Christmas? No, I don't think it was a Christmas gift. I don't remember Christmas 2001. Like, VHS was still a thing. Dial-up was still a thing. I have to explain to some of my friends who are under the age of 20 what dial-up is. Like, oh no. I'm old. I'm old reminiscing about old fucking games you can't even play anymore, really. Oh well. That's life, I guess. And then the GameCube, or the Game Boy Advance kind of left too. And I like the controller. I thought that this controller was like the perfect design to fit in a hand. The only thing it's missing is there's no alternate Z button, and there's no clickable sticks, and there's no select button. There's only the start button. And I feel so bad because it would be such a good controller if it just had those extra buttons. I could totally play Final Fantasy with it. It would be awesome. I could imagine doing my rotation with this. It would feel so natural. Actually, maybe not the face buttons. Yeah. The thing it doesn't have is the face buttons aren't all equal. But I feel like this is the controller. Maybe I'm just biased because I grew up playing it. But this is the controller that feels super natural to me. You had a nice C stick instead of C buttons. You have a nice stick. It has grooves. The C stick actually does have grooves, but they're laxer than the control stick. So nice, man. And there's the things. Whew. And then we got the Wavebird. My Wavebird kind of doesn't work anymore. It's surprising. That Wavebird was honestly like the best controller I ever had. It just doesn't have rumble. But it has the best, it literally, I used that controller for like 10 years. And I never, more than 10 actually, because I got it in like 2004, I think. Because wireless was like this new hip thing that controllers would do. I don't know if the PlayStation 2 had official wireless controllers, but the Wavebird, I remember at the time, there was that commercial of the kid playing, sitting at the dinner table playing, looking over like someone's head, playing GameCube on a TV, and I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. You don't have to be basically attached to the console. Pretty lit. I don't know. Anyway, I'm done reminiscing. I forget how I even got on this rant, honestly. Yeah, it still works. What else? I'm moving a bunch of stuff, and it's a little hard. This room is a little outdated, I guess. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with clothing and whatnot, where I'm gonna move a lot of that. This is what it is, I guess. Nothing too ridiculous is getting moved, though. I'm done moving rooms. I moved, so to recap the last year and a half of my life, what was it? Ah, shit. In like July of last year. Because in the Origins playthrough, I was in this room, almost in this exact same seat. That was the Origins playthrough. I remember that, because I had a lot of fun with Origins. But in July of 2018, I think I moved into the other room to get a little bit of a different take on life, to sort of just be in a different environment. I didn't hate it there. It wasn't bad. But now that I think about it, I went in that room, I set everything up one way. Then I set it up another way. I think I redesigned that room like 3 times, I think. Yeah, I remember the first design didn't last very long. Then the second design... No, I did like a few more than 3 designs. I did like maybe 4 or 5 different designs. The first 2 designs mostly didn't move the computer. But it moved everything else. The next couple of designs kind of moved some stuff around. And I didn't like that. It was too ridiculous. The final couple of designs also were really kind of weird. Yeah, it was a weird time. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do differently. But I gotta see. Because I got this big dresser, and it's nice and it holds all my stuff, but I gotta figure that out. Damn. The GameCube controller with the keyboard on it. Holy shit. Well, believe it or not, Fantasy Star's coming back. Double Dash and Air Ride have online support, apparently. Or they had LAN, but I forget how to boot into the LAN for Double Dash. I forget if you can without what's it called? I forget if you can without having to connect it, actually. Which you might have to do. Oh, shit. Well, she might just be gone. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's see. Alright, so she's just done. Sorry for the literal 10-minute disruption. But she's busy doing other stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead. And I guess I'm doing my roulette this early. Could have fooled me, I guess. Could have already been something, but I mean, it's not her fault. Stuff happens. I, for one, know that personally. Final Fantasy is typically where real life comes to be like, hey, remember me? The thing you were totally in love with 5 minutes ago and totally didn't hate? Yeah, that happens a lot more than you'd think. Okay, good. But yeah, I swear I'm gonna start streaming other stuff. I need to get this one bookcase out of my room. Pretty much gonna toss it. It doesn't really serve any purpose. It doesn't hold books. I actually kicked the back out of it, thinking I'd use it more after doing that. No, that didn't happen at all. And now it's pretty much just there. It just exists, and I'm sorry that I did it to it. So this bookcase I've had since I was a kid. But I don't think I have any use for it any further. You know, 20 years of faithful service is a pretty long time. So I think we can retire it, return it to the earth. It kind of sucks because almost nothing in this room. Actually, that might be the last original piece of furniture. No, this desk. Once this desk goes, that's it. This room is completely different. But this desk is actually the best desk I've ever had in my life. It still works perfectly. I can kick my feet up. I can have 2 monitors on it. It's so nice, and I love it. Like, I could just chill with it, you know? It's pretty sweet. I actually kind of like this position, too. Get the legs stretched. Since I won't stand up anyway for the next hour or 2. So let me see if I can find... Did I just close the tab I wanted to open? Hold on. Maybe I did. Okay. Sharpcast reduces the... Wow. It's a 30-second cut to the cast time of Sharpcast. That's pretty fucking ridiculous, honestly. Does that mean it's up for every Fire 3? I don't know how long the average cycle is. Should be up for like at least every other then. Depending on your spell speed, I guess. Because I think what you're generally supposed to do with it is when you use fire to refresh your astral fire, you use it to guarantee a fire starter. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Aspect mastery. Also the magic and mend increases base damage by 30%. Firestarter is a 42 perk. Thundercloud, okay, enhanced sharp cast. Enhanced Enochian improves magic damage increase to 15. What is it, 10? Okay. And Polyglot. Aspect Mastery is fucking sick. And I like that. Is it a trait that Umbral Ice... I think they've just changed Umbral Ice. Just, if you're at 3, nothing costs MP anymore. I think so. As you can change Umbral Ice 3 with no MP. You still cast Ice spells with no MP in Umbral Ice 3. You won't have to cast Foul or its new variant Xeno to wait for mana tick. Yeah, okay. 15-second change to Umbral Ice is welcome. Yeah, I realized that it's way easier to land a fourth Fire 4 in the burst phase. Yeah, I guess it is. The Fire 2s are unnecessary then. You can almost kind of throw Fire 2 and Blizzard 1 off your hotbar, honestly. They just don't really... Like, if you threw those off, you'd pretty much be able to cram so much shit on your hotbar. It would be amazing. Because they don't really add much. But I keep it there, because like most of my rotations, I don't like hitting the circle button. Which is ironic, because that's my combo starter when I play a melee class. But also, it just feels a little bit nicer. Like, if I ever do need it or something, I have it. Okay. I literally Googled it and I got the whole answer that I needed, pretty much, so I'm actually, I'm pretty excited for that. I do like Red Mage. I think Scorch is a good addition, because I actually have fun with Scorch. I think Red Mage is still my favorite DPS. Maybe, it's hard now, because I like Machinist, but I feel like I'm better Red Mage still. Bearing in mind I don't, like, know how to line up stuff for burst windows. I just kind of do what feels right, which is pretty much my whole career in a nutshell. But I do prefer, I like those two. Those are my top 2 DPSs. I mean, I guess after that it'd probably be like Dancer, Black Mage. I don't know where my melees fit, honestly. Might still like Samurai. I am glad they gave back Kagakure. Monk changes might make Monk a lot more fun, since you can indefinitely keep up Grease Lightning 3 now. As long as you have... Oh, let me equip this. As long as you have, like, about 7 seconds. Assuming... Well, if you're not in a form, you don't have your Grease Lightning. Actually, they also changed that. Your Grease Lightning and your form timer are now the same. So you no longer drop your form, making it impossible to keep up Grease Lightning anymore, I don't think. Right? What's the timer on it? I have to look at this. Oh, wow, no, actually, it's the other way around. Well, you do drop your form, but at 1 second. Grease Lightning is an extra. It's not like an extra 3 seconds, where you could theoretically save yourself, but you drop your form if you can't form shift, or even if you are shifted. Like, if you're in Coral and you're waiting to get that hit. I mean, yeah, you drop it 1 second. 1 second is still much better, though, by far. I would rather have that. So maybe I want to play Monk. I mean, I kind of miss, you know, stuff like Howling Fist and Steel Peak. But, I don't know. The changes to Riddle Fire are pretty nice, too. I don't really know particularly what I want to do with Samurai, though. I also feel like, while I'm here, I'm going back to using the fists of, going back to using these fists. I like the way these look. I'm just probably going to use these forever. I'm not doing the monk weapon from Eureka, because I don't even think anyone really does Eureka anymore. Imagine my shock. Riddle of Wind, yeah. So because of this, I think you try to get to 3 under Fists of Fire, and then you swap to Riddle of Wind. That's, I think, what I've been seeing. So, I don't think you lose that much damage. Technically, you would do more damage. Well, actually, mathematically, you probably don't. Even like, under best scenario in Fists of Fire, you don't lose anything, because the 4th Grease Lightning is what? 5% per Grease Lightning, I think it is. Yeah, is Grease Lightning additive? I assume it is. So that means you would get 40% extra. Oh, so maybe Fists of Fire. I mean, wouldn't that... Yeah, because, yeah, it's about the same. But maybe I think Fists of Wind also gives you the movement. It's either the same or slightly worse to be in Fists of Fire, which is so very different, because I pretty much never use Fists of Wind ever, unless I was meaning to move around quickly. But yeah, I might do Monk. I like Monk. Dragoon, I'm not totally against, but I'm also just not totally for, pretty much. It's not super fun, honestly. And I don't really care about Bard. That's why I don't really mention it. Like, I don't really like the class. Period. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, that's more or less what I've been doing. I need to finish my relics, my A Realm Reborn relics. And then, after that, I mean, I got Heaven's Horde relics. I'm going to get them all to the same step, which is just a couple runs through dungeons and a bunch of teleporting, because I have all the materials I need to boost them all up to the 260 step. And then after that, it's just light farming. That's it. For forever. In the order that I give a shit about them. So right now I'm doing light farming for the monk weapon. Then after that I'd probably do light farming for the ninja weapon, then the black mage weapon, and then I just really kind of don't care. Do I have water? That's lotion. That's a box. Yes, I do. What are we getting? Oh, Christ. Sure. This actually takes place in Coerthus, which is hilarious. I like that it takes place in Coerthus. I just find it kind of boring, though. Like, you can literally go to this cave. I think a warrior class quest even takes place in this cave. You don't have sharp cast at this level, do you? We already did the leveling. Yeah, we did. Okay. Can't even remember my own chain of events. I really hate that move. Why me twice, too? What did I do to piss somebody off? Like, seriously. I have a rogue fire starter. That's my life. Thank you, Interject. I love that that's so obvious now. Like, some moves you can interject, but they're not worth it, but I like that that's such an obvious thing now. It's so nice that everybody now knows, oh, I have to interject. Especially when it's like a crucial mechanic that'll like fuck up the raid. It's helpful. I got a commendation for that ridiculous ethereal manipulate. Okay. Well, that was exciting. I don't want to get Ouroborn. I'm sorry, I can't deal with Ouroborn in my daily life. Give me anything else. I'm more lenient now because I'm not trying to grind out Aether Tightness or whatever it is, light. But I can't do what's it called? I'm gonna eat real quick while I wait for this. So, pretty much, I'm here. I'm still looking at everything on the screen, but I mean, I'm basically rambling at this point. So, maybe I'll do this. Actually, did I register already? Okay, I can put it away. There you go. We get to listen to the Yulmore theme. Oh shit, no we don't. We get to listen to the Yulmore theme, which is my favorite theme of blaring trumpets since Pokemon, which coincidentally I'm playing right now. Alright. Well, that didn't take too long. Ugh. Anyway. I guess after this, I'll do the expert roulette. I wonder what I'm actually going to get. I'd really like to like Rita Rana or Rabinaster. I like them both about the same. I'd prefer not to get unscathed if that's actually possible. I really don't like unscathed. They actually have a pretty decent looking, shit, what was I gonna say? Ah, whatever. It wasn't important if I can't remember it. Oh, they'll have the 50, 60, 70. Actually has a decent amount of experience. I want to say it's about the same as leveling, but it's like maybe... Actually, no. I think I got like 5 million yesterday. I'm not sure how much I got from the leveling today. Yeah, about 7 million. So it's actually worth doing, honestly. So I probably will do that as well. Okay. I can get rid of that. Refresh. This is mostly what I do whenever I stream this game anyway. I just kind of sit around, waste time, kill time. Do dumb stuff. Not gonna lie, today's another one of those lazy days. Pretty much. Which explains a lot, because every day's lazy day. Every day I don't have to go somewhere is a lazy day, pretty much. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Yeah, so this might be, honestly, a shorter stream. Because I thought we were going to do a whole bunch of roulettes and stuff. But I guess that's not going to happen. Unless I want to sit around and wait patiently for Katana Ravel. Which could happen. Okay, it says 13 minutes and I'm at 10. So I'm probably going to be in the next batch of people shipped out. Apparently they also want to link all the data centers somehow, which I find is incredibly crazy considering we just got the world visit. Not even, when was that? May? Like a month before Shadowbringers almost. So, I mean, anything's possible, you know? I won't hold off for it. Okay. I really gotta remember I gotta go do something tomorrow. Which I know I'll forget. Whatever. I'm gonna move my controller so I don't have to wake it. Apparently also the Eden chess piece became best in slot. Because when I first looked, it wasn't the Eden chess piece. I don't know, maybe that was an early calculation. I don't know. That's just not what I saw. Now, the axe. Both of these have really good stats, by the way. I love it. Except for the gunbreaker weapon, which I'm probably going to have to get. I'm trying to delay it a week or two, but I probably am going to end up buying it. And honestly, the skill speed will be welcome. I mean, the tenacity is whatever. It's the worst combo. But because stats are so plentiful at this point, especially also because of the double accessory melds, which is on everything, right? I think it is. Yeah, it's on everything now. I don't think it'll be that as big of a deal. Yeah, once I do expert, I'm gonna get the deep shadow breaches offending. Which, as you can see, these are best in slot no matter what you're playing. Just based on the fact that it has crit and det. If only tank here also gave a little bit of direct hit. Not even like hundreds, like just like the pity amount, you know. Remember when they used to give like 40 on certain things? 40 vitality because they wanted tanks to take vitality. I remember that Band-Aid fix. That was legitimately like, that was before Stormblood, I think. Or it might have been right up to Stormblood. I think that was one of the things they reverted for Stormblood, is tanks went back to all damage based. Right? They did at some point, I don't remember when, but it was to counteract the Gordius DPS accessory tanks, which gave you more DPS but made you less tanky because you didn't get any vitality. I remember that, and they glass-locked accessories. I mean, I don't know, I guess it was just something they did, they totally forgot that they did. I don't really know what they were expecting with a choice like that. Like, someday somebody was gonna do it. It was gonna happen someday. That's literally almost destiny at that point. Especially when initially the tank calculations don't account for vitality. It was just a flat HP bonus. As I said, it was gonna happen someday. Okay. Oh, don't be World of Darkness. I mean, not that World of Darkness is awful. I'd like to at least cast some 5/4s. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's always Circus Tower. For some weird reason. I don't know if it's favored by the algorithm or if the algorithm even favors stuff, but sure, whatever. Amazing.
Sounds good. Doesn't work. Never gonna happen. And he did the wrong thing.
Thank you for giving. I randomly wanted to look at their gear because I'm like, oh, they're doing the accessory thing I do. All right, sure, sounds good.
At real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
Very nice words, but happens to be wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
Are they wrong?
I think they're wrong 100%.
All right, enough of that. Woo! I'm having a good day today. I don't know why. I should be having an awful day, and I was having an awful day. Don't worry. The universe will right this wrong. We'll fix it one way or another. Maybe I'll just go record all day today. Oh shit. Might ironically be a better usage of my time than playing Final Fantasy again. At this point, it's hard to even say again, like it's a thing that doesn't occur that often when it literally happens every day. Yeah, I might say my main scenario roulette for tonight. Oh shit, tomorrow's Toonami. Fuck. I gotta think this through. what do I have to do tomorrow? Because I did have plans today, and then someone canceled on me, so I didn't have plans. So I'm like, well, they canceled on me last night, so I'm like, oh, well, fuck it, then I'm just gonna stay up all night and do other dumb shit. So I did, and I felt miserable, not even because I didn't sleep, just because I felt fucking miserable. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I guess I'll just play Final Fantasy. So I basically did, I think, 3 runs of, what's this place called? Don Meg as a black mage. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do Don Meg. I'm annoyed. And I did. And then I changed my batteries too because they were dying as well, which was awesome. So, yeah, it's not worth to flare out of that. Remember when Astral Fire and Umbral Ice were buffs? And not just gauge? Oh, thank you guys. Needed that. Are we gonna... get healed at any point? Like, am I too far from my... There we go. I was about to say, like, what's going on? Because I know the big hit coming up in, like, a minute here. Probably not even. Oh, great. Yeah, these mechanics never get done correctly. Oh. That's no message. I should have transposed there. I was looking at my phone. I know that's completely on me. But like level 50 dungeons kind of don't really matter because you don't have to keep up Enochian. I could just be literally super fucking lazy, and I'm not gonna get punished for it. Damn it, they skipped. I gotta get faster with that. What is nice and cozy is that you can actually spam freeze, and you have a convincing argument for being able to spam it now. This is me being lazy, like just doing no rotation, giving no fucks. To be honest, this stuff dies so quickly, there's not even much for me to really do in the first place. I think they might have increased the cost of Fire 4 as well, or Fire 3 as well. I really don't think they want you using that. They tightened that noose, I think. I don't remember it feeling like it cost that, percentage-wise, that much before. I think they definitely changed it. Yeah, that's not how that rotation goes. Can you flare at 500? No, you cannot. You can despair at a really low amount of MP. I don't know how low you can go. See, it would be nice if they told you what the minimum was, instead of reaching it one day. Like what just happened, and not knowing. Just like a minimum of whatever 1,000 MP is required to use this move. That way you can't get down to like 100 and still flare. Like there has to be some amount of bullshit going on. Mm-hmm. Oh fuck, don't overwrite it. Thank you. I'm a little slow with that sometimes because I just don't even give a shit half the time. When I was a really bad player, I quite literally never gave a shit. I just, oh, come on, fuck you. I made such a convincing argument for keeping the window open, and now you guys do this. I'll close it after this. You fucking animals. For once, we actually have a cool summer day. It's almost like it could rain at any moment. And you fuckers have to do this? I overrode it again. I'm not waiting enough because there's not really anything else to even do in my ice phase, honestly. Like, I just kind of exist in it for, like, what, 10 seconds? You pieces of shit. It was dead quiet earlier today. Like, it was, like, you could almost hear a pin drop. Alright, let me get to the next floor. I don't know why I'm keeping up Astral and Umbral. So dumb. By the way, I love the way this robe looks. I know I've praised this robe so many times. I love the way this set looks. I just want to find long arms that are long and also as, like, regal. Now, I do have one other pair of caster arms that kind of look this good, but I don't really like them. I gotta look at caster arms, because I haven't really done that. I guess while I wait for the expert roulette, I should, huh? I'll go to the Crystarium and do it. Because I'm definitely in the hunt for something that's not this, so I can make an Ironwork set with the Skaven gear and all that. The hood is just too good to pass up. I've been wearing this hood for literally years at this point, for my casters. This hood is amazing. It's basically the best headpiece they've ever put on for casters, in my opinion. It looks so fucking good. Okay, level 2. And yeah, I'm greeting on everything again because I plunk in for company seals so I can buy my new favorite item, Maelstrom Aetherite tickets. And the reason why they're very helpful is because when traveling between the First and Eorzea, it's nice to be able to just do that real quick. Go there and back. I like that. It's free. It's free this way if I use the return spell. And then the Maelstrom Aetherite to get me back, maybe dump some company seals. And they're only 2,000 seals. So, like, as long as I'm not too ridiculous with it, I can do it pretty handily. It's actually no biggie. So, it's pretty nice. I didn't see that fire starter until it was way too late. Alright, that one's easily dead. Okay. You guys scare me sometimes. And sometimes you even let me down. But you know what? Oh, sweet. I love that. If you get the timing just perfectly, they'll spawn in that way. And then you won't have to really worry about them. Okay, there we go. Is the one danger of the fight, though, is that if all the Toad players melt the ice-captured players, what sometimes can happen is, because I think at 25% HP, he's forced, I don't know why I didn't do anything, my hand isn't even on the controller. At 25 HP, he's literally forced to do nothing but channel Curtain Call, but as the frog debuff doesn't wear off until right after that. Okay, well, tanks, please. Anybody. Thank you. The, I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but I have wiped to that once, I think, maybe 2 times. Because it's a very easy mistake for the frog players to make if they don't know what's coming. And actually, just the other day, I was in that position as a frog. I could have freed somebody, but I never free them now that I know that that's a thing. Because what the game usually does is it checks to see what his HP is, it looks like, and then it tries to throw down the ice in time. But apparently you could skip it, or it doesn't go off right, or the frogs melt it before like the ice spell can reset. It's something weird, but if a bunch of bad things happen back to back, you basically die there for free, pretty much. I mean, it's not like it's the worst thing ever, like, it's pretty rare. Like, out of all my runs of this 24-man, this is probably my most run 24-man, it's only happened to me once. So. Oh, don't overwrite it, please, I'm sorry. Thank you. I like how the black mage is to run for this one. He's gonna jump. Right? And there he goes. Is he just sitting on the throne? No, he's hovering, okay. I was actually talking about the end of Final Fantasy III the other day with Gundam Otaku. Because he never played the game. The fucking end of this game really annoyed the shit out of me, honestly, as a kid. And dead. To be fair, they should really change that mechanic, because I'm pretty sure that exact icon gets later used for a spread indicator. Like, now that they have a system of standardized AoEs, and they're not just, like, visual effects, just, you know, for shits and giggles, they should probably do that. Because I pretty much see, like, at least of the 6 casts of that go off in an average fight for this. Oh, he's gone. I usually see at least 1 to 3 people die from that, from not knowing that it's a stack marker in skies. And this is content from what, 2.3? We're in 5.0, and we're almost 5.5 years later. I mean, I don't blame people, you know, especially since a lot of this content, if you don't run it, like, you don't need to do it to get the roulette, I don't think, anyway. Sometimes that interrupts your cast, which I also think is kind of annoying. Wow, none of them spawned a circle. It was everybody on that circle. Alright. I like how he does the I kind of zoned out there at the end, I admit that. Not afraid of admitting I kind of tune this game out sometimes. Yeah, I know what I want to move, where I want to move most of the stuff. The hard part now is just to do it. Did I pass on everything else? Yeah, I did. I sometimes forget to pass on stuff, so I'm trying to be fair to people. Yeah, I'm definitely going to level up today. I'm going to get on Bull Soul. I actually really think Umbral Soul is a great ability. The one problem with this game is that they add in all these great abilities, and then you can only use them at higher levels. So like Umbral Soul would be a great ability to use alongside Transpose. It would be really nice. But the thing is that they add abilities and they just add them at the higher levels. It's very, very rare that they add an ability at a lower level, unless they're massively reworking the class. Like, Total Eclipse is the only ability I could think of off the top of my head that was added and then retroactively. And now it replaced Flash. Like, I was surprised when it replaced Flash after all the years of having to use Flash. Well, that's because they don't want MP to be used that early, I guess. So it really changes things. Did someone forget to roll? Okay. I know I rolled a 99 on one of those things, so I knew it was pretty much guaranteed to get it. Alright, I'm gonna do normal raids next, actually. Since I know that, I guess after this I'll do, I'm doing main scenario tonight. I'm not doing it now. Because if I do it now, it's too early in the day. I'll be basically put to sleep by the time I'm done with it. So I'm not going to do it now. But yeah, what was I saying about Kingdom Hearts 3 earlier? Yeah, so my thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously no spoilers really, I'm not going to spoil the ending, is that it's like most other types of games in a franchise that has gone on a long time, where you kind of need to know the story to really get a full understanding and grasp of the game itself. So like for instance, what was the game I was just thinking of? The Assassin's Creed. In order to get a full grasp of Assassin's Creed, you pretty much need to have played Assassin's Creed and understand it, know the lore and all this extra stuff. And, like, yeah, you could jump in and play it or whatever, but, and while each game is kind of a, what was it? Each game is like a self-contained assassin story. You don't really get the context of everything unless you play all the games, you know? Like, it's kind of got to be that, like, either one part or no part. And it's not terrible, but I thought that the problem with the game isn't so much the gameplay. It was still pretty good, in my opinion. But at the same time, I like that they kind of wrapped up a lot of storylines, which was pretty cool. I think the worst part, though, was just the worlds. Like, some of them just didn't feel connected at all. Like, they just didn't feel like they belonged in a Kingdom Hearts game. I have special shout out to YouTube for thinking I legit spliced in 10 seconds of Tangled the movie. But, yeah. I liked it. I thought, for the most part, is that it was a culmination story. It's a story in its own right, but it's a story that concludes a lot of stuff. And that's, like, kind of the main purpose of it. But at least with the, like, also the big ride things were really stupid, by the way. But at least story-wise, it's got going for it. I thought it wasn't bad. Like, people, it's been well received, but I could see why people don't like it. It feels like what a Kingdom Hearts game would feel like to me 10 years later, you know, like, it's been 10 years since Kingdom Hearts 2, it's been over 10 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, Jesus. That game legit came out in 2006. That was like a mid to late era PS2 game. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, it felt like Kingdom Hearts 2 in a lot of ways. I think Kingdom Hearts 2 might still be the best game in the series, though. I like it a lot. There's a couple things I don't like, but I think Final Mix kind of changed a lot of that. But it kind of feels, you know, it's fulfilling in a very weird way, I guess. A lot of it is just Kingdom Hearts awkwardness. Yeah. Alright, I mean, that's, I haven't really done much anyway this year, so can't really speak to a lot of games. Not a lot of games came out that I really wanted to play. Well, that's like a half lie, I guess. There's been a fair chunk of games. I've just been bad with keeping up and playing almost any of them. Oh, no. Where's the clip that Sergio used to? There it is.
How can you not grasp such a simple game? Are you failing on purpose?
Yeah, we got the nice TTS lady whenever someone would fail mechanic the game. Oh boy. What are the odds we'll get a countdown? Because I would like a countdown to practice my pull. Although to be fair, my pulling is more or less the same regardless of whether I get a count or not. I'm not going for like a professional opener because I don't even know what it... Hey look, it's this dude! It was the guy that was emoting in fucking Crystal Tower. Here he is. Fucking called it. That's not where my shit is anymore. I hate this fight. I hate this fucking fight. Let's see if I can get 4 5 4s. Yep, did it. Feels so weird to not end with despair. That is a very weird quote. Oh, you motherfucker! Why are you running out there? I trusted you. Oh, you fucking... I hate this. Oh, Jesus. Alright, it's everyone's favorite mechanic, and by everybody I mean me. The game. Or what did we have for the bot say? I think it was just game.
How can you not grasp such a simple game? Are you failing on purpose?
The good old days. The good old days of when we used to raid this. God damn, I'm fucking old. Alright, I think I should place my ley lines right here. I'm not hitting that thing until the fucking tank goes over there and hits it. Alright? Either of you. Okay. Still haven't hit it, thank you. Please. Ooh, what? Oh, I didn't get cleaved. Okay. Sure. Why does this guy always do the scream emote, like, every time something slightly uncomfortable happens? Very unnerving. I think it's like a weird mechanic. I could have cast him. I didn't know it would take that long for the effect to happen. Does she jump immediately? Because I'd like to foul. Okay, good. Might even get off another one. Yeah. I'll take it. I know she got 7%? It's the only reason I fouled I fouled this early in the first place. We could have probably killed her. Almost. Like 0.1% on a jump. Congratulations, Alcamanasses. Enjoy your tea. Literally like a 0.1% jump. I don't care if I dropped an Ochin, whatever. This way. And out. That is honestly so easy, it's unbelievable. I'm the first one out. This guy's using the Tonfas, I think they're called, right? Tonfas? Tonfa, yeah. She's literally gonna die the second she touches down. 2.2%. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Okay, goodbye. What was I doing? This. Do the expert roulette. 20 minutes? Wow! Hell no. You know what? Now is actually the perfect time. I'm gonna test out Warrior with my non-pentamelded axe. Let's fucking do it. I haven't played Warrior seriously on this game in so fucking long, it's not even funny. So let's give it a go. It'll be like literally like the old days. I really wish this class still had Fracture and Surge on Dark Knight. I love the animation for Scourge. I think Dark Knight has lost so many of its cool animations. It's just not. It feels so different. Like we used to have like really crazy shit going on. No more Soul Survivor. That actually really kind of feel it, because you have to put that thing on an enemy, and it looks really cool when you do it. And that's gone. I mean, oh well, but you know, it does. I like Dark Knight. I thought at one point I thought it was aesthetically like one of the coolest classes, coolest looking classes, I guess I should say. Not that anymore. And well, yeah, I can't do the extra. It doesn't matter what I do extra on. It's not like I'm gonna get any. Well, I will. Do I? No, you just get money as your bonus for being an adventurer in need. So honestly, it doesn't even matter. I was just about to say, shouldn't I do this as Black Mage to get experience? And the answer is no, because you don't actually get more. You can't. Well, one, I'm too low of a level. You have to be max level for this. And two, no, it doesn't matter. So, whatever. Twinning. I might as well get rid of this. Oh, indeed, on the hot part. See if I even remember how to play Warrior. I did a little bit of dungeon play as a Warrior. See if I can remember. Okay. I'm already off to a terrible start. I really wish there was a buff that would just give you Storm Sight. That would be pretty sweet. I remember when I was most concerned that they were gonna ruin this fucking class for Shadowbringers. I was almost like 1,000,000% certain we had been riding the good train for too long. What's this guy using? The Onken blade. Katana. How I learned to stop worrying and love the ver. Kind of wish overpower just became a circular move sometimes. It's not even like it's hard to calculate how to do that, but just kind of wish it was. That's pretty much all it is. So how do you do this? Yeah, I think it's something like that. I think you're supposed to do it under Inner Chaos, but I saw I had Inner Chaos. No, the other one, the weird one. Inner Release. Oh shit, there's too many inners in this class. Inner Release? How could I forget the name of it? It's only been a month. I already forgot what it's called. Cooldowns? What's a fucking cooldown? You're telling me I have to mitigate shit? You better get out of here and miss me with that. Gotta use this either before or after. I don't know whether it's better to use it before or after. But you can't... I think that's why they made Infuriate 2 charges. Also, not only to kind of diversify the gameplay a bit, but you also aren't infuriating in the middle anymore, because it overwrites your Inner Release proc. Or, I mean, it doesn't get Rivet, it makes it redundant, because you're already critting and directing. Damn, remember when I played this class every single day? I'd get on this game just to spin in a fucking circle. Yeah, Pepperidge Farms remembers too. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm looking at something else. Can you go? Oh my god, thank you. No Unchained anymore. Feels so weird, my whole life is wrong now. Oh shit, it's this one. There we go, Inner Chaos! I love Inner Chaos. I know it's just the animations for the Defiance versions, but that shit looks really cool. I really like it. The effect on it is slightly different. Inner Chaos. I double weave that for literally no reason. That's probably not at all what you're supposed to do. Uh-oh. Yes. I know there's another one coming. I was probably late with that, but it's fine. Yes! I love Inner Chaos. It looks so good. Oh. I can still play this class, apparently. I said I didn't like it. I still kind of don't like some of the changes, but I can live with what they did to this class, I think. Let me quickly add that on. Okay. Oh, please let me do it. Can I do the big pull here? Let's see. We're about to find out. I haven't tanked this in forever, so I don't know if I can. I've only ever been playing machinist. Today would have been my legitimate second expert roulette. What did I do yesterday? What's the other one besides Amarat and this one? Did I hit him? Yes, I did. Just takes them a while sometimes to update their pathing. Okay, I think I have him. I hate that you have to do this, honestly. Take a nice slow boat to China, as Grandma would say. Yeah, and because of this, I personally think that big pulls as a warrior are way safer and way easier. Because you just get fucking healed for some ridiculous amount. Which is awesome. Don't ever take that away. Now that I've had it, I don't want it gone. It's like Bloodbath again. We have the good old days back, and it's already up again because it's on a 25 CD? Nah, couldn't save it. I was hoping for a miracle. What? I hate that. Cancel the number. Okay, well that was a load of nothing. I only have that much? Shit. And there you go, fully healed. It's like once every 25 seconds, depending on how big the pull is, you can heal yourself for free in addition to equilibrium. Only thing is that you can't just stay in the center, you gotta like do weird positioning. I totally could have interjected that, I just didn't. I have all this. Does Unchained, or not Unchained, Onslaught still give, what's this shit called? Oh shit, I don't know, I triple weaved, I'm sorry, that should not happen. I didn't need raw intuition there, I don't think. That's the problem. You don't need to double weave as a warrior. But I'm so used to it from all my time playing some other classes. There's no tank you triple weave with. I'm fucking panicking. I'm panicking in the expert roulette because I don't really know this class. Yeah, I miss the health modulation. Feels bad. My favorite. And it hits her so much, it just feels so satisfying. I'm gonna be late on that decimate, or, upheaval. I forget, unlike the other classes, you kind of don't want to empty this gauge. It's kind of a low amount of Storm's Eye to in a release on. I almost infuriated out of instinct. It's so ingrained in my head to do that. Uh-oh. Yeah, I realized my mistake. you. I pretty much have a full set of slaying stuff on the right side. Okay, got them all. I actually should have done it for that. Yeah, I just have it set to throw it on the healer. I don't really care who I throw it on. I just prefer to do that. I thought Onslaught did 46,000, it was just 4,600. That was about to be really weird. Parry. Or not parry, I'm sorry, it's tenacity now. Gotcha, see? I remember. I'm a smart kid. Oh shit! Yeah, I kinda got it. Holy is very good, by the way. Just like to throw that out there. You could fit 3, okay. It's gotta be like, that's like the most hardcore weave, I think, on this class. Maybe there's a double weave somewhere, though. I don't think so. Like, this class is like no buttons. I always say this. It has like basically nothing. It's missing like 6 abilities, almost. Maybe even more than that, depending how you want to look at it. I would like to hit 76 before the end of the stream, so after this we're going back to Black Mage. I know, what a shocker. I could still play Warrior all fucking day, holy shit. This feels so natural. And you don't have to use your inner release right away too, or what was it called? The Nascent Chaos? Nascent? I've heard both. I don't know which one it is. I've never heard the word used before. Actually, I should get Google to tell me how to pronounce the word. Shit. There it is. Like, dude, there's like a cooldown for every situation. Like, what the hell? What class am I playing? Yes! I love it so much. I'm sorry, it's too good. It's so much fun. Oh, okay. I was misjudging that angle really badly. These are my tank mains. I can play this and Gunbreaker. And the only reason I can play Gunbreaker is literally sheer force of will to learn it. Put all my mental energy into learning how to play that fucking class, at least decently. Almost infuriated out of instinct. Yes! Give myself a heal. I almost didn't even need it. I healed for more than the Ophatus Solus. Pretty sweet. There you go. Give myself a little bit of a heal. Oh, I fucked up. That was my one big mistake. There you go. I'm gonna do this. I think that's why they give you so much time with it in the first place, so you can hold it and then... yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'll move here. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. And dead. It was a sticky situation. Oh shit, no, that's not the tank buster. What's the tank buster? Rail cannon, okay. What are the odds he's gonna use it? Is this, yep. Yes! I love this. Why is my destiny tied to this class? I don't want to swing the hammer or the axe anymore, man. I don't want to do it. Every time I get on this game, I am drawn to play this fucking class. I don't know why. I miss stance dancing. At least I miss the what's it called? The big arm wave you would do going into Deliverance. Like you're loosening your shoulder, kind of like Equilibrium a bit. If you ever watched the animation for Equilibrium. Yeah, I missed that. You kind of did something like that going into Deliverance, and I kind of missed that. I miss just how cool it looked. Well, all's well that doesn't end well, I guess. Cactar Neil. Oh, thank you. Thanks for picking that up. Let's see. You can't trade in Ronkin gear yet. I really kind of wish you could, especially given that it's the uncapped tome. That would be nice, but whatever. Anyway, let's do the... I have to go to Mordona. Should I just pay the... Nah, here's what I'll do. Let me use one of these to get out of here. Wait, hold on. Before I do that... Can I buy anything? No, not Phantasmagoria. Holy shit. Actually, yes, Phantasmagoria. What am I doing? Deep Shadow Breach is offending. Because I'm actually going to need this for raid. So what do I have on my Eden's Gate? Savage Aim? Oh shit. Well, 40%. Very nice! Nope, and there you have it.
I mean, this is a... Look, man! I am suffering! It's hard to take! How many years?
Probably talking about a sports team on that, I imagine. What am I putting on this? Critical. I actually need to exchange one, so... Chocobo Saddlebag. I converted a whole bunch of, grade 7s. I didn't convert any skill speed, I just naturally have that much. Which is really weird. I actually broke 2 critical hits the other day. I felt so bad about it. I'm like, really? Not even one? Couldn't even snatch one freebie? Like, ugh. You hate me, reality. There you go. Okay. Not doing too terribly. Not too shabby. I think I need another 60 skill speed. No, I need another 40 skill speed, which is a little weird. I either melded... I would never replace a critical hit meld, ever. Yeah, I need to get rid of that determination. Honestly, it's kind of rough. Or no, I do have 56 there. Yeah. I don't particularly feel like wrangling out a grade 8 yet, so it doesn't really matter that much. I am suffering! It's hard to take! Along with some other classics such as...
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care, Jimmy.
The sun is shining on me. The sun is shining on us. God is the greatest. All praise to the Most High. All praise.
This man was transitioning between legitimate states of reality. As long as I get rid of 2,000 worth of stuff, I have enough. I have a whole bunch of dancer weapons. I need to get a dancer. Let's see, Rabble Keeper, Rabble. Rabble Keeper's thigh roots offending. Okay, I paid the toll. Let me go dump this stupidity, and while I'm here, I have to go to Mordona first, though. See, I don't want to queue for this, and I dropped my sprint because I did that. Oh, it's 20 minutes, perfect. That's more than enough time. I only need like 5. And after this, I'm probably just going to end the stream. I'm going to go, record something. That's why I usually don't stream this early. Usually I stream at night, because I want to do other stuff. I am suffering! How many years? I've had this in my inventory for like 2 weeks, and I haven't put it in. Here we go. I'm not using it on anything either. Put on my Ninja Glamour. Because I'm still using the basic Ironworks thing. I don't know, how does this look? I don't necessarily like it better. It's kind of weird, honestly. Because with the other one, you have the little chin thing. Here, you don't have it. But this one has a better splitting animation. I figured it was at least worth it, you know, just for a look. I think you can dye it better, though. Yeah, see? It goes better with the color, maybe? Whereas this is what it's up against. And honestly, this is just a nice mask. I mean, there almost isn't a difference between this and the aiming version, honestly. As you can see. They're basically the same item, just the ninja one is slightly lighter color. Can you even dye this any different? Yeah, you can. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe someday that'll be a nice thing, but I've already filled up 15 glamour plates. They could give me 40. I guarantee you I'd fill up at least 35 of them. Because I like designing my characters' outfits. I don't know what else to say. So someday they'll give us a little more. I eagerly look forward to it because I personally love designing the way my character looks. It's fun. Let me just start that. Okay. I already have another caster gear kind of cooking in the background. But yeah, I have no idea like what gloves I can put on this. So let me, since I'm here, let me teleport out. Before I go to Mordona. I did get all the crystals I needed. You have to have the quest accepted to get the crystals for the animal weapons. I didn't know that. So I was grinding for like half an hour. I think you need to. I'm like 80% certain because I got none. And then the next day I was like, oh, maybe I need to accept the quest. I was done that same day with all of them. Which, by the way, is pretty much unheard of by Heavensward standards. But they upped it because that shit's old. But they won't lower the light requirement for that next to last step. That's the one thing I want them to lower. It's not even the poetic cost anymore. I just want them to lower the amount of light by like half. Or like just some large chunk. Because I do not like having to run like Bray Flox's long stop hard over and over again. And no, I do not have a group of people. I want Savage ready anytime. What was I doing again? Cast. I need like full Oh, shit. Yo, this looks pretty good. It even goes with the little gilded bits, you know what I mean? Damn, that's pretty good. Where do you get it from? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. What's the history? 80, damn, that's very affordable, but nobody has sold one in almost a month. So, how do you make it? I might be able to make it myself. It seems like a Stormblood thing. I like how Google auto-fills in for some of this stuff. Master leatherwork. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this. I think yeah, it's level 70. I think I can make it. I think I have the ability to. How do I go in my gathering log? Or what is it, my crafting log? No, it's under, this. Master Recipes 4? Why do I think this is not right? Oh, no, Master Recipe 6. Here we go. Did I just pass it? Here it is. This one. Yeah, see? Let me add to favorites so I can look and remember it. I'm going to keep the tab open, too, so every time I look over at the tab, I'm like, ah, that's right, gotta make that. What about the healer one? Healer one seems to be more or less the same. I don't like that it has exposed fingers. That's like the one thing I don't like about it. But it does basically go with this full outfit. Well, damn, that was pretty quick. I don't even know what else to do. And it even does the thing where it removes the sleeve. Because if you put on short gloves... Let's see, will these show it? Oh no, these do it too. Okay. Maybe they don't make gloves like that anymore. Because certain short gloves that you put on... Yeah, see, it makes the sleeves round up like that, and I really think that looks awful. It is nasty. So I don't like doing that, and I wouldn't do it. That's why I'm not choosing half the gloves that I already have in my inventory. I think I'm just going to roll with those. That is literally exactly what I wanted to a T. Almost don't even need to glamour it, or dye it. Do they have boots of those? Story of Aston. Yeah. I need long boots, because otherwise these pants are really like bulgy towards the bottom, and I don't like that. I need like gilded pants. Actually, I kind of have that. The diamond boots actually kind of do that. On this one, those diamond boots, that's pretty good. I'm glad I didn't disintegrate them after I was done with them. So I'm probably going to change that up. The only thing that we don't have is another hood. I could just move the diamond boots. They don't really give us good caster hoods. I mean, whatever the hell you want to call that thing. Actually, I should be doing this as Red Mage. So I can see the remaining upper echelon. Like these. No, see, they do the same thing. But they kind of make it look not terrible. It's just I still don't like how it rolls up the sleeve. Maybe someday you'll get to be able to control that yourself. Like, look at this. This is not bad. You can actually buy these, I think. Smilodon arm guards. Yeah, they don't die very well. I might actually even be able to get this just by opening a coffer. Okay, but anyway, as I was doing... No, fucking awful. So they give you all these weird hats. I want none of them. I don't think I'll ever find anything as good as the Ironworks hood. Yeah, and now we're right back down where we were before. There's like a grand total of like 2 hoods out of all of this. So unless there's like one I missed, I think I'm sticking with this, honestly. I could use it on both. Honestly, I like this hood. It looks good in any color. It looks good no matter what. It just happened to be one of the best looking things. But I gotta make that anyway. Then I'm gonna move these arm guards over to the other one. And as much as I like the high Allegan replicant robe of casting, I'm gonna change it for some other chest piece. Probably, and get rid of the gloves. Exchange the boots back and forth again. Yeah, this is the kind of weird thought I put into some of this. Let me go to Morgana before I forget. See, now I only have to pay half. Actually, how do you earn Rakshasa totems? Now I can hear the sirens too. How do you do this? Oh, you can exchange it by turning in normal gear? Oh, is it used for that? Oh, go back. Yeah, it's traded to get a high quality one. It's not that weird system they put in for crafted gear last time around. Pray tell. Oops. I think I'm almost done with this too. I might actually already be done. Yeah, I have 120. I don't really need to do this. Because it's the only thing I need to do this for is the white mage weapon. The only reason I haven't done the white mage weapon is because that's a grind fest. And I have to do all the different dungeons and everything. And I should just really get around to doing like 2 books a week. If I do 2 books a week, out of 9 books, it'll be 5 weeks. 4 if I want to do 3 1 week. And then I'll just be done. The step from Animus to Nova is just literally dumping materia until it sticks. And then from Animus to Nova, or from Nova to Nexus is light farming. Nexus to Zodiac is the 4 quests I have on the right, which I gotta do another 3 or 4 times. It's just a bunch of dungeons. Honestly, I'm trying to think what class I even would kill the fastest with. Honestly, it could be Warrior. Just run in and release everything. Mithril Temp is everything until it's dead. The only dungeon I can't solo by myself is Stone Vigil, because I can't kill the turtle reliably enough without the other dudes dying. So technically I could play Paladin and do it, but I don't want to really do that. I'd rather just run it normally with people. Just go whatever roll in need and just fucking go. Kind of wish there was an in-progress roulette where they deploy you where you're needed. I'd run that. Not 24/7, but it would be nice when I don't know what I want to do, and like maybe they give you like some rewards for something. Then depending on the rewards, I would do it. It would either be a great roulette or a fucking awful one, because technically it would always have an adventure in need, because someone somewhere is going to need a replacement, so... But yeah, I can actually finish this dude's quest now. Actually, no, I need to do it one more time, because I need 75 for a relic. This quest is 50. I might already have a map, honestly. There we go, back to the roll. That's not that. Okay. Yeah, I kind of got to end after this, so... It's fine. It's nothing terrible. Honestly, short stream, sure. Good stream, though. Because tomorrow is the long one, and then the day after is another long one, so... I like to pretend I'm not dead sometimes on my channel, and streaming is literally the fastest and easiest way to do exactly that. To prove I'm not dead. Because believe it or not, you might accidentally think that sometimes with how bad I upload. There you go. What do I get for this stupid thing? I've had this quest since my first Zodiac was done, I think. Let's make her shiny. bloody Alexandra, like forcing out a 3-day shit. No, it was worth the trouble, though. They say shite, because, you know. Now what the hell am I supposed to do with this? A kettle fit for royalty, at least them rich noms would drink their tea with fancy cakes and such. Chose to ignore the legacy of my family line, my birthright, for this pathetic piece of tin. Don't come over here and say that, you opal-faced sack of... I see crafting this perfect kettle is meant to restore your reputation. I think the kettle is exquisite. It possesses a transcendent sheen unlike any kettle you have made thus far. I will not be blinded by the waning glimmer of such tawdry wares. Have you no shame, man? No, girl. After forging something as fine as a zodiac weapon, surely you can see this kettle is not yet worthy of your name. We are rivals, girl. Our time together should not count for naught. Why should not consult me sooner? I'm willing to set aside our differences for now. If this is their rivals, I forgot that, like, 3 relics ago. We're not fear. My life's work will still be a distant dream. When this kettle is complete, we'll settle the matter of this. Oh yeah, they're the Star Forger title from the first relic you complete. 2 bottles of Thabnerian Mist. 10? Oh, who cares? I got so many. Dude, I didn't even spend any. I actually am fucking up. I should be spending poetics. Oh, well, too late. Imagine having so many poetics and having bought so much shit, you don't really even need it, you know? It's all secondary to me. I don't care. I just have bought that many. I've spent 50,000 poetics in the last few months. It's some ridiculous number, and I can actually calculate it because of how much progress I made. Google Docs. Where is it? My Zodiac Weapon material sheet. Is it this? No, Zodiac Weapons. Okay. Oh, fucking... Oh, and it's the first one? Oh. I don't want to be here. Of Unyielding Principle. I think that's the Dark Knight one. Right? Ah, shit. I'll pretend like I'm working hard. Yeah, dark. I almost have. The one I have is, the Warrior one. I'm trying to get all the Gunbreaker stuff. That's not why I play Gunbreaker, of course. It's just why I like the class. Well, that's not why I like it. You know what I'm saying. I just like the class. It just happens that it has a nice little thing handy. I guess you have to fucking fair here, honestly. Oh, you have to... I don't like playing this class at 50, I'm sorry. I just hate that there's no dyeable version of this robe, like, period. I think that's the one thing that gets me, is that the only way to get this robe is to literally get a variant of it from Crystal Tower, or from a Labyrinth of the Ancients, I'm sorry. Someone a long time ago told me that this exact robe can be gotten from Crystal Tower, which is not true. You cannot get this robe from Crystal Tower, you can only get it from Labyrinth. The robe you get from Crystal Tower is Scylla's robe of whatever. Healing or casting. Someone told me that, and I ended up running both of them and wondering why I never saw the Crimson Vest even once from... Well, I didn't see it from either of them. I was wondering why I never saw it, you know, you run 2 dungeons that supposedly had the same drop. This was back when I was really new, by the way. That's why this thing was a distant dream for me, because it was so early in my Final Fantasy career. I thought 24-mans would drop similar items. I mean, I guess in one sense of that word they do, but they don't drop this same item in multiple 24-mans. So when I found that out, I'm like, you fuckers, why did I not Google this? What are they doing? You can't charge the gorilla. I overrode it. I know they don't want this class to be purely button masher, but sometimes even I forget to do that. I don't think it's worth casting Thunder at that point. It's just a reflex, basically. Oh, fuck. I literally knew that was coming. I think you have to do that to stop it from doing the chest bumps. The damage up doesn't really matter, I don't think. I don't even want to open it. Yeah, Embraces of the Divine War. Crap. Okay. You know, one of these drops a stone tablet. Unfortunately. I like the newer version of this much better. I mean, obviously, since it's new, but you know what I mean. It's way more fun. I don't like all these dungeons where you have to pick up items and stuff. It's very flow breaking. I could be double flaring there, but I keep forgetting I don't have aspect mastery. Okay, you got it. Once you kind of have aspect mastery, I can't imagine life without it. It's just that much of I'm not going to be able to flare. Fuck. Whatever. I did have enough to transpose, I think. Or not transpose the other one, and I totally didn't do that either. Fuck, whatever. It's very weird playing this class with no chin. Where's he going? That's a dead end. I think there might be a treasure chest down there, but I mean, like, treasure in half of these dungeons doesn't mean shit. Like, it's just inventory clogging. You see how full my inventory is. A good chunk of that is because they don't let you get rid of the Orborn or the Ronkin gear yet. Once they do that, I mean, I'll have a cleaner inventory. I was actually pretty clean until a few days ago. I don't know what happened. Why do they think that diving bosses are fucking awesome? They're really not. Like, I guess a boss has to jump, right? Like, not every boss can be a fucking punching bag. But goddamn, do they pick, like, the weirdest fucking bosses to have jump, like, 8 times. Alright, I thought we lowered too quickly. I know this shit is old too. This is incredibly old. But you know, it's just like the fight just started 10 seconds. I mean, they did it in Gimlet. The fight just started 10 seconds ago. Let's have the boss jump. It is really a weird thing, I would consider. What was it? The Mask of Divine Wisdom. It's not awful, it's just not something I'd wear. That's all this gear is at this point. Everything is evaluated on glamour first and foremost. Yeah, oh yeah, I gotta retire the Omega Bracelet ring once I'm done. I think once I get another level or two, I'll officially out-level them, and then I won't need them anymore. Day I thought would never get here. What? What are we... Why are we fighting everything? I'm always that Mr. Krabs confused, meme. Whenever I do fucking dungeons with people, I have no clue what's going on and why. Should I move it? I had a different positioning for all of that before. In fact, if anyone here actually, this is totally not the rotation either. If anyone here remembers what my hotbar was like not even a few weeks ago, you'd know that I definitely have made some changes. Specifically the last time I played Black Mage on stream. It's all completely different. I basically fundamentally gutted what I knew about the class and started over. The hard. I think I can attack some of these without jumping. No, I think there's certain positions where you can do that. This is not one of those. This is a very free-form boss fight. There's no, like, definitive enemy. It's just you versus a couple of tentacles, pretty much. It's literally a fucking hentai fight. Yes, everyone knew that joke's coming. And then one of you gets tossed around like a literal ragdoll. Oh, there they go. I think they got him. They're about to. I actually have to go over there. Like, you could solo this fight. Like, pretty much every 50 dungeon can be soloed. The problem with it is, like, just how annoying it is to solo some of these fights. Like, Stone Vigil, people have soloed for a while, but it's just fucking annoying because of the second fight. The second, like, the final fight actually has no aggro table. So by definition, you can pretty much solo the final fight. There's no aggro table, so, like, you're not trying to avoid gaining aggro or taking Tank Buster. There's only one move that, Oh, it was me that's getting fucking abducted? Oh, okay. There's only one move that the boss does that's actually bullshit, and you can't really do anything to avoid. Everything else is fair game. Oh, shit. Thank you. World's End! Always a fun time with these. Thank you. You learn Umbral Soul. Unfortunately, I won't get to use it today. I think that was one of the ones I need to do, actually. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, you know, it was for the other quest, alright. I need to bring Thabnerian Mist, so... In any event, I'm done for today. It was a pretty good stream. We'll segue out here, I guess, at this point. And, yeah, pretty nice.
I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it.
I mean, this is a... Look, man! I am suffering! It's hard to take! How many years?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Jerry